The Women's Premier League has become synonymous with giving young cricketers an opportunity, whereas previously the Indian team would have to unearth these gems from domestic cricket and then give them a chance directly in the perilous waters of international cricket. Now the WPL has provided a very good platform for young players to come, make a mark, and then potentially get selected in the national team, or at least be in contention for a spot in the national team. In this video, we're going to take a look at 5 notable young stars who have come through in this year's WPL and have left a mark and could potentially be players who can be making a case for a future India call-up. And we'll start, of course, with someone who made a lot of headlines, Nandani Sharma of the Delhi Capitals. Now, she has so far played 7 matches and taken 14 wickets in said matches, but it's more than just the numbers, which includes an impressive economy of 8.06. Why she became a household name is when she took a hat trick in one particular match. So that was the match really that ended up solidifying her as one player to watch out for. And while it's not exactly young in a traditional sense, she's not an 18 or 19-year-old, she's a little older than that. But the fact is, she's been grinding it out in domestic cricket. Delhi Capitals backed her, and she more than lived up to their backing by actually putting in some very good performances, because even aside from that hat trick, she's currently the second highest wicket taker in this year's edition of the WPL. Number 2 is another Sharma ji ki beti in this case. It is Anushka Sharma of the Gujarat Giants. Now, she ended up becoming very popular thanks to a tweet from a notable website which linked her to the Royal Challengers Bangalore. Make your own jokes as to why that was funny. But she has been in good form with the bat as well. In 5 matches, she scored 128 runs at a very decent strike rate of 137.63. And technically, she is an all-rounder. She hasn't quite gotten the time to show off her bowling ability yet. But she's someone who a lot of people have been keeping tabs on, a hard hitter, someone who can consistently score runs, and she's done well for the Gujarat Giants this year. In fact, she was regularly playing games until getting sidelined due to a minor injury, which in itself tells you just how highly she is rated within the franchise. And it won't be too surprising if you see her in line for an India call-up sooner rather than later. Star number 3 is Gautami Nayak. Now, of course, Nayak ended up going viral when, after scoring 73 runs in one match, she got interviewed by none other than Hardik Pandya. But these numbers, again, look at them. There's 6 matches, 86 runs, 122.85 strike rate. It doesn't exactly tell the whole story, because that 73 which she made was an absolute game-changing innings for RCB and demonstrates that she's someone who can absolutely up the ante when the time comes, with plenty of big hits. And again, someone who is an all-rounder, can bowl a bit of spin as well. She ended up getting a nice video call from Hardik Pandya because she said that her idol is Hardik, and Hardik, of course, gave her some very encouraging words. If she can actually go on to kind of match her idol's hard-hitting ability and, of course, combine that with some match-winning spells, safe to say India may very well have another top-notch spin bowling all-rounder in their ranks already. Number 4 is Sayali Satghare, another RCB star who has absolutely turned heads. Most people were asking how is it that they would replace Renuka Singh Thakur. The answer was with Sayali. In 4 matches that she's played so far, taken 8 wickets and with an economy of 7.71, which is extremely impressive. Means she's getting you 2 wickets per game whilst going for less than 8 runs and over. That's very, very impressive knocks, and she's shown good composure, good control. By and large, has been one of RCB's standout bowlers this year, which is no mean feat, considering they do have a pretty strong squad. And one hopes that she can continue growing from strength to strength, because India is in desperate need of a few more pacers. Yes, you've got a Renuka Singh Thakur, but really aside from that, at times you're just reliant on all-rounders. So you could do some new bowlers in the ranks, and Sayali could very well be that person who could actually end up giving you some quality overs, just as she has been doing for RCB. And last but not the least, and this is a bit of a technicality one, but one who has impressed regardless, Rahila Firdous of the Mumbai Indians. Now, on your screen, you can see that there's no real batting numbers for Rahila. In fact, all you can see are her wicket-keeping numbers, where she's got 2 catches and completed a very good stumping, and she's only played 2 matches for the Mumbai Indians. However, her glove work is what has really impressed a lot of people. She hasn't got the opportunity to bat so far for Mumbai Indians, because she usually comes in to bat at a position much lower down the order, and Mumbai haven't had to yet call upon her services with the bat. However, considering the fact that Richa Ghosh is your undisputed first choice, and at times Uma Chhetri, whilst obviously a talent, is someone who's also a work in progress. Having someone like a Rahila within the national setup, or at least on the periphery of it, could give you another valuable wicket-keeping option, and also someone who bats very well lower down the order, which would make her an ideal backup for someone like Richa, whose best work usually comes when she is tasked with finishing off games or being a hard-hitting player. Rahila has exactly that same potential, and while she's not yet shown it with the bat, it is there, and she's more than aptly made up for it by actually putting in some good work behind the gloves. And that one stumping was of Lizelle Lee, which caught a lot of attention. So these are the major 5 players who I think have been the breakout stars of the WPL 2026 so far. You can let us know in the comments below if you agree, disagree, or if you had some other players in mind when it comes to being some rising stars. And don't forget, as always, to like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel, tap that bell icon, follow us also on social media. We're on Instagram, X, and Facebook, and stay tuned for more such updates from the world of sport.